You do not need to join the audio. Just need to join the Zoom meeting for the screen share. So I have this little super one.
Yeah, I'm third. I don't.
You third. You three. Just one. Just pick one.
But I can choose maybe something that someone else wants. I have no idea what it's called. Okay.
No problem.
Thank you. What does this say?
That letter
Mhm.
that is in Chinese. It's different. This one is 大吉大利. It's a proverb. Let me check it for you. Can I use this? This one. Good luck. Yes. This one.
Yeah.
What is the password? 50 AP giga. 6164 dash 748.
No, I don't know if it shall. I just put the report. Okay.
Do you want to start it first, Franklin?
Not sure.
Print. You might share the screen.
So we didn't make a PowerPoint, but it's just going over our report and prototype.
Yes. Yes. I think I already made a submission, right?
I tried
To the My Test Classroom.
I don't.
You need to upload the document there.
I don't think so.
Really? Please. I think I announced that already. Oh yeah, really? So I forgot to create that. Okay, I'll create this after this. So for the moon. Then that's me forgetting the. So this is for this one. Yes, this final project. Yes, correct.
Yes.
Yes, sorry, my bad. That's okay. No need for submission.
There is also no templates for this.
Yeah, so it's a free. So you can pick any way to present your results.
Or yeah, maybe give it. Yes, I don't know how much time do we have in total. 20 minutes.
Yes, 20 minutes.
So I don't.
Our bench is 15 minutes because we need to. I need to give you some feedback.
So we don't really go over the whole.
Yes, give me some highlights, and then later I will give you. I will create some submission in my test class, and you can upload the document.
Okay.
So our project is about to help the foreigner to buy product online in other country. So in here to address this, we propose an interaction session, and also we add some this feature AR. So the AR can view the product price, check the product dimension, and also export the variation like color sizes and others. So these are the affordance. First affordance is the clickable interaction help button. So the second affordance is the language selection dropdown. The third is interactive function display. The fourth is text box for questioning submission. And for the signifier, there are 4 signifiers. The first one is interactive help button visual design. So the buttons appearance visually communicate its purpose to users. The second is language selection dropdown. Third one is interactive function icons. Fourth one is text box placeholder text. And for the feedback, these are the feedbacks on interactive help button click. So the example, inactive help button, when the button is gray out and click, it will pop up, informs user that the help session is not available. And active help button, when the button is green, users receive confirmation message with details about to help session, including waiting time and worker availability. And this is the feedback during the tutorial. In here, highlighting the features. Each feature explained in the tutorial is highlighted with adding animation and focus effect. So it will make it more clear. And the progress indicator. So there will be a next button or skip button. So the users can control over the tutorial pace. And the third is feedback in the loading page. So in here, the example, progress updates message like setup may take 10 minutes and the worker is almost ready to initiate your session. The second is reassurance message. It's like about the information about session closure. If inactive for more than 5 minutes, reassures users about what will happen if they step away.
Does it really require 10 minutes for the user to wait?
No, it's just an example.
Then please refine the example to the like let's estimate. I think 10 minutes is
Low.
yes.
Yeah.
It's painful for the user.
It is.
They will leave the application.
And next is feedback during the interactive help session. So message send confirmation when a user submits a question via text box. Confirmation message will indicate that the question has been sent successfully.
Do you put the visuals design from Figma on the report as well?
Yeah,
Yes.
On the report?
yeah.
Okay. Because I think, in my opinion, it would be better if we, when you describe something and then there's accompanying figure just right after that paragraph. So, or the doodle or the sketch,
Okay.
so that the reader may easier understand the context.
Yeah, makes sense. Oh, should. Yeah, it's more like if we talk about something, then we should have the what we talk about included in the paragraph.
Yes. Also, actually, in the academic paper, so when we talk about a report, official report from researcher, they also do the same thing. So you explain something, and if it's easier for the users to visualize or check the picture, and the picture should be just right after the paragraph.
So for the audio feedback here, so this is the feedback for the audio feedback.
Awesome. By the way, you need to watch the iOS demo 2 days ago because you may be inspired.
Oh, okay.
So I also talk about on your side with me. So when I say that your sound wave is like
occlude or obstruct the user's vision. And Apple and Siri does that brilliantly in their demo. So their strategies like make that wave on the side of the phones. So you can check on the. So that's give you some idea that that's the best way.
They proposed like a new iOS update or something.
Yes, recently 2 days ago. So you can check. So there is no such thing in the center. So because it will distract or disturb the user's focus on the content. So
Yeah.
they put it on the side. That's
So the feedback like that voice on face input activation. It's like this when we click the push to talk button, it will show what we are talking about. And after that, it will show here
awesome. Oh, good.
and the worker can answer the question.
And if Apple does that, they will kind of after the text is in the center is finished. It's not fading out. It's like moving to the
It's weird.
that motion. Yes. Sure. It's good. Yes. you can make it in Figma, I think. Yeah. You can make it that kind of animation.
And the feedback during the AR mode. This one, when a user moves the product in their environment, so it can be shown here. And the second is the dimension and variation feedback.
So the price tag is now staying on the bottle paper.
So for the direct manipulation, clickable interactive help button, users can directly manipulate the button to start the help session. When we selection drop down, the drop down menu allows users to interact with the language option directly. Interactive function display text box for question submission, the AR interaction, the voice input activation, the interactive product variation, the voice and audio feedback.
Are these your list of features? What are these? These all of them? I'm sorry, is the direct line. Then the next one is
The invisible interfaces, there are 5. The automatic language detection. So it should when our phone's default language, it will automatically change the language to what we prefer. And seamless.
The interface automatically detects. Oh, based on user's device. Yes, great. That's part of accessibility. Yes, I
Seamless help session initiation. So once user click the help button, the system should handle setup in the background, and it will notify about the session status. Also allowing user to continue browsing. So the contextual augmented reality integration. So instead of requiring users to navigate through multiple menus as to access AR, a simple context-aware trigger can be used. For instance, if user hovers over a product, a prompt can appear suggesting they use AR to view it in their environment. This reduces unnecessary navigation and keeps the interface clean. And the proactive notification. If the interactive help session is about to start, the user receives a gentle notification. If there is a delay, the system updates the user automatically. And the gesture-based interaction. For example, swiping to navigate between product details or using a pinch gesture to zoom the product. So these are for the visibility.
You can speed up a bit. I don't know.
Yes.
So,
Let's speed up.
Interactive help button visibility. It's like prominently displayed at the bottom of the screen and is easy for user to find. And different state, active, inactive, unavailable, and the color and icon change. Language selection drop-down visibility. The language selection option is clearly marked and accessible. Visibility of interaction function. The icon representing different interactive function. So for the constraint on interactive button, the button is visually constrained by its color and interactivity state. The constraint on the language selection, the drop-down menu limits language choices. The constraint during the voice input, user must press and hold the push to talk button to activate the microphone. This is for the mapping. Interaction help button, clicking the button directly initiates a request to seller. Language selection, interactive function display, and these are for the consistency, design language, and the interaction patterns. And these are for the
yeah, so for the GOMs, we chose actually two that are quite similar, but it was something with the user, well, some different methods, and one of them was to where you as a customer can ask questions to work about either text or voice input. So yeah, they can either type or tap and hold the speaking icon and talk into the microphone. Yeah, you can go like things.
Yes.
And then for the second one, it's about receiving the response. So user can either get it from text or hear it as audio.
Agree.
And so, yeah, based on these two GOMs, we did evaluation. So we had 4 participants, but since our GOMs are quite, I would say, easy for the user to kind of figure out what to do, I mainly let them just use the product and just ask if they have questions about it all. So the first participant was quite easily being able to understand the GOMs, but when I asked for feedback, she didn't know what the live and the 3, she didn't know what button did to start an interactive session, the interactive help session. So she was confused with live. She thought it was like a live stream where other users can participate in. So it wasn't quite
So
direct.
it's not live because live means that it's just one way. For
Yeah,
many users, they think that way.
yeah. So therefore we changed, the buttons are changed, and it was
Awesome.
now also more clear about
One-on-one help.
yeah, one-on-one help if it's
Awesome.
available or not, or if there are no workers.
Great. Awesome.
The second one did had a bit of a struggle, but it was kind of with one of the GOMs where the person didn't know how to submit the text, because it's kind of and that's why we added another button next to where you type, so it's easier to understand. So for the third one, participant was
So for the first, the second visuals of the second design, right? The 101 is is the recent design from you instead of the live, because the live
Yeah,
gets
previous.
not really good performance or preferences from the users. And then the second one, by the way, you put the recent one on the top. Can you make it like every
In
the
order.
order? Just put the latest one on. But
Okay, well, I did the evaluation in one day. I don't know if that's what you mean. So I kind of updated it all.
no. Can you scroll it?
Sorry, I just talk about the order of the item on this report, because this is like the fixes on this first prototype, right?
Mhm.
And then when you go to the next page, one is the fix on the bottom.
Oh,
So this the order is just like making me like,
yeah. Okay.
But based on your explanation now, then I understand. Oh, so you mean that the desired one is now on the top.
Okay.
Just need to swipe the order.
Yeah.
Make it more consistent.
Yeah. So for the third one, it wasn't clear because it's quite. But so the user, because the messages fade away, so the person wanted to know like how
Yes.
you retrieve the
That's
history.
what I just mentioned, right?
Yeah.
This is fading away. The people will confuse. Huh, where's the text?
Yeah.
It's just appear on the. Then that motion is necessary. Then.
Yeah, it has to be known what to do in order for them to get the history. So now in the tutorial, it states that you have to click the box where the messages would appear or disappear. And yeah, fourth participant also had not really issue with the comms, but when looking at the tutorial, it was quite unclear. Click this button, which button it is, because actually there are two highlighted buttons, but it's not used. The text is not about the skip tutorial or next. It's about the small highlighted icon on the top left. And so we added an animated arrow,
Okay.
at least for the first one, to indicate.
Great.
And yeah, I think this is just about pages about it. So this would be the
Yeah. The only, but I think still kind of significant comments for your work is ensuring your icons is big enough for the finger to touch, because for some they are really bulky.
Yeah. Yeah.
That gaps between the icon and the icon itself is relatively small in my opinion. So you need to make sure that the information design should be revised, make it more how to say that, to ensure there's an inaccuracy or to ensure that the precision. Okay, great. But all in all, the substantially this work is very good, really appreciated. Please keep round of applause. So we will move to the next team. Who's going to be the next? Do you want to go? Sure. Second, great. Next week is remedial, but it's fine if you attend. Maybe I'm just gonna kind of. My plan is next week I will show you the score. So you attend the meeting, I'll show you the score, like the grade of your this whole semester, and you decide whether you want to. In the case like you really want to, for example. But I think many of you, in my opinion, I saw your progress. You will get A. So, but I do not know. I need to recap everything. But in case that it's not A and you want to achieve more, to achieve that A, right? A, then next week is your opportunity. It's online, so it's you don't need to go laboratory.
So if it goes well, we don't need to come.
Yes,
But I could come physical or
you
prefer.
can. I think it's still open. Our undergraduate students that are currently working with the thesis, they are the WPM. So it's not close. So you can stay when you want to online from Islamic. I'm not quite sure whether I will be here or but you can stay here.
Yeah, because I have a course ending at normally 3:20, so I
under,
am now in electrical engineering.
oh.
So it's not really possible for me to go first home to have a quiet.
Oh, I
So I
see.
kind of have to find a spot where
Oh,
I
I
could
see.
join.
Understood. Yeah, you can just stop here. Okay, go ahead, share your screen. You can start your presentation. Please, try to revise based on my comment sessions. I will give you, hopefully later tonight, I will make the submission on my next classroom so you can put the document. And we as necessary you to share your Google Drive or Dropbox or OneDrive folder URL, you can put that.
Yeah, I can put the Figma link in. For example.
Yes. And you can obviously put that big link on your documents.
Should I use my?
Just use this.
So yeah, this is our final project report presentation for this course. So we may just to recap that uh, that we uh, an app for controlling the smartphone environment. Um, so here, so yes, by using this app, we will set things like lamps, TVs, etc. We get started with the folders. So I have four folders, which is interface, touch controls, menus, and customization. So as the definition of afforance is to properties of an object that makes it usable. So the interface of the app is we design it so it's simple that people of all ages know how to use it because there are some apps that is very complicated to use. There's some easy one and we make it easy one. And the touch control is we make it as if you interact like the physical one. So if you remember like the AC remote, the buttons, we make it like the same exact one, like the picture with the buttons. And then the home screen menus only shows the most basic important stuff like the devices, the movies, and the profile. And the customization is if you want to add another device or to add another room in your house. So that's there's the signifiers, which is the icons, the buttons, the ER scan, and the visuals. The icons, we made it as simple as we can. You don't want to make a lot of animation, just an icon that represent what it means. And then the buttons, you just say mostly like several buttons that you eventually know that it means that you push or press the buttons. And then the AR scan is the feature from our application that is to scan the room, so you make it your own floor plan. And then the visual of the app it is goes the same as the afforance, which we make it as simple as we can. So this is the for the feedback cycles, it will be an audio or visual times that informs the user that they did some action within the app.
Okay, maybe we can skip this. I think there is some misunderstanding in the feedback cycle. Right. I forgot. Actually, I missed that part. Whether maybe you need to check as well whether this part you talk when you talk about feedback cycles, you do not talk about feedback because feedback cycle and feedback is different. This one is feedback, visual feedback, auditory feedback. Yes. 1, 2, 3 is visual. Number 4 is auditory.
So we need to revise this.
You just need to revise the title. And if you want, that's a feedback basically. So you want to cover the feedback cycle. Yeah. If you want to talk about the feedback cycle, so I mentioned this actually. Maybe in your report it's not there yet as well. So feedback, when we talk about feedback cycles, so it goes with that 7 questions I mentioned. So whether you went through that part or not. In that session, I still remember, guys, please raise 7 questions so you can create that feedback cycle with me. If
Yes. So there's the direct manipulation, which is the touch control and the slide control. And the direct manipulation is we only beside the buttons, we should only touch controls and slide controls. Slide controls like sliding for like AC temperature and so this is the visible interface. Well, if you have problems, it is then the
yeah, that's why you asked me.
Yeah.
Notification. Unfortunately, that's not invisible interface.
Yeah, but and then the display animation like
So in your case, only that multi-touch interface is close to the invisible interface. But in this case, it's more like close to what we can say, so that the invisible interface for the ones that already learned the interface. Not really that natural, but that's okay. You can mention that in your paragraph.
I want to answer. So that's like notification is not an invisible interface, but that's like the sound, you know, like Shopee and then there's notification. Does that counts as an invisible interface?
No, I'm not quite sure. Why do you think that that's invisible?
Because you don't see it, and then because we don't see what is the notification because of the sound, we know what it
No,
is.
that's not. Because invisible interface nothing to do with the visual, whether we see it or not. No. Doesn't really have visible. Yeah. It's shopping. That one is or that actual visual notification is feedback. Okay, it's an example of feedback.
And then I think we the goals.
Yeah.
I think that is another point for us to revise now. So we did nothing new with the GOM. Is this we imported from
Okay.
report
So, right.
adopted by the devices.
Okay.
So the AC is
There are no rooms. There are no rooms. What do you mean? There are no rooms.
because
It should be more. Oh, yes,
initially, like initially when you just install the app, obviously you have no rules because you haven't scanned
I see. So you should share that in the homepage there is no room
in the room space.
configured. So because I'm confused. There are no rooms. What do you mean? Does it mean that there is no room in your house? So it's on the app. So it's not yet configured. How is about the one on the top? The first column? As the temperature is not like the user wanted. Okay, that's I think correct. This one's this conditions. Conditions. So in the room one please again. Okay, so you will need your place. You actually need to specify in usually, so it should not, if I'm not mistaken, that all of those diagrams, the comes diagram that you created, you put selection text on that initial box. It should be filled with the initial conditions, actually. And then on top of that initial condition, you mentioned about the user's role. But the user tool is also
User goes
down there. Oh, no, that's the end state. Initial state, end state, and what is the user's goal. You can put it on the top, or you can also explain it
So-
at the bottom.
So
What's the user's goal?
the user's goal is like at the top of.
Yes, that one. The user in the water heater page should be like the user's
So
goal.
the selection should be the initial.
The initial state.
So it should be something like the
Or if you are not sure, I almost forgot. So after seeing this, now I'm confused. My memory is lost. So maybe you can give it a check. Can you Google it? Comps example. Just type comps on Google. So you will see the example. That one, the one at the Wikipedia. This is the template, right? Can you get any example? Oh, the goal is under also, so the goal is there. Oh, yeah, you're correct.
you're correct.
Yeah, so that's initial situation, and then. So, but what is this solution? Can you go with the second tab? That comes. Can you find some real examples instead of. Mhm. Why don't we have a good example? Need to also check.
There's also an example from the page.
Yeah, weird. Why we do not have example? Yeah, please continue first.
So, and well, for the consistencies, of course, it's the design, like the buttons, the layouts, the color, the fonts, and also the user experience. Like every user have access to all the same features, and these are the screenshots or pictures for our UI. I think this will be explained later in the Figma as we are doing the prototype later. And then the visibility, yes, first the loading animation to inform that it is in a loading state, and then the success message and the error message. This visibility, right, sir? Even though it's considered sensitive.
Visibility, yes. Visibility.
Yes, so chances and the project files. So we can go to the Figma. To the prototype. So well, this is the home page and rooms, devices, and we have already done the change that you suggest us to do that make the things slightly better fonts. This is the device setting. You can turn it on, turn TV on or off. And there's also a backlight and the volume adjustment, and we can also mouse setting and others necessary. And we have also this button is interactable. And there's two options to add a room. Is either AR scan or floor plan. For the AR scan here, this is a simple example. And there's the scanning and there's the success message and scan complete. For the floor plan, it will do a prompt to the user if they want to add an image or add a PDF. For example, if you well, let's just say we add a PDF and it will go into a loading animation to show that it is scanning the and if it is not if there is no floor plan or it's a wrong PDF, and it will display an error that the file you're trying to upload did not contain floor plan. And it will go to the page and well, here's also what files are on, but I don't think we need to skip
It's more general stuff. So
yeah, but we did make all of this. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all. There's also
Based on my observation, I think your colors are worse.
okay. Well, what is it? The made so this is the well, this is the loading animation, and then people start having devices because well, we assume that within an IR scan it will automatically scan the devices.
Oh, that's possible.
Yeah, so you don't need to add the device manually. However, the features is obviously not there with a floor plan, so our users will need to add their desired device. And yeah, I think that's all for our video.
Oh, okay. So you still need to evaluate your goals, just like you just pick some of the activities or all the activities as possible, and check the performance, get some user feedback. Because who knows, just like the previous team, you will get something that may help you to refine that products.
I use Maze.
Yeah, it's okay.
I was
Because your
thinking
case is
I could do Maze, but it was for the UI UX, and I.
you can also use this in this course also. That's okay. All right. Okay, thank you. Still have 10 minutes left, but hopefully everyone is fine. It's happy maybe over time, just for 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, you may start your presentation. Oh yeah, round of applause for this team. Yes, one topic. Actually, you may need to enhance that experience telling you tell me that the users can scan the room and get not only about the room plan but also the list of devices. Doesn't actually very good if you can make it more
In the
clear. Yes, in your doodles. It doesn't have to be on the Figma.
So maybe rather than a success message, it could just go straight into room edit and then device edit,
Yeah.
blah 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 blah.
Yeah, and you can situate or give us some illustration when like a complete scenario. The user scanned the room and got some device and how is it about that device and where it's located in the room, so that story so people. Okay. You may start.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Everybody. It's our final project for GI. It's called Africa. And the product is actually about I have a smart helmet that may assist the users during their motorcycling experience. And this product allows the user to access the GPS, voice call, and instead of using their voice alone with help of the visual HUD. It's also equipped with an AI that can assist the user in navigating and also answering basic simple questions about traffic and etc. It also has a front camera that can assist the user by giving real-time navigation that shoot through the helmet screen. Yeah. And this the design of our navigation and also the illustration of the so this is the call button to answer and also end call, and a button to increase or decrease call for the AI also the caller, and this is the power button. This map the representation of what it looks like from inside the camera. So at the top right, there's a direction that if the navigation is actually heading towards the right, then the sign will also at the top right. And below it in the middle section is speed limit, whenever the user pass the safety of the speed, speed, it will light up and also something right as they go past the speed limit. At the bottom left, there is the microphone icon that represent whether the helmet is actually listening to the voice of the user. And at the bottom right, there is the battery. So this is an example when the direction there is kind of like a banana shape, kind of to the left again. So at the right there is the speed limit when the user kind of reaching it, but it's almost
Almost there, but like not really there yet. If you reach it, then like it's red.
it is it's too one the user like too low it's the left there is the call button when someone's prompted. There should be an icon that indicates there is someone calling in the app was to inform the user is calling. And here is during the navigate the real when the user actually near the road that they need to take. So the white arrow here is to indicate that that is the road that the driver need to take to achieve their destination. And at the bottom left is Next, the at the bottom left, it's when the AI is processing whether the user input voice communication. This is the
So when the microphone is red, just like the previous image, what does it indicate?
It's when the user is speaking. So it indicates.
And so this is when the user speaking, and then that one was when the AI is answering, responding, processing,
yes, because the
not yet answering
Yeah,
or
yeah.
responding. Okay. Well, makes sense. This is the affordance. Okay, the affordance actually helmet using speaker to communicate with the user. And it will afford a comfortable and easy adjustment to communicate with the user. Size of the field services, where it should be, and relevant information of the journey. And also an AI system that's capable of handling conversation, driving, example, driving and then weather forecasting, navigation also. News case data maps, so it's mini market. And it's also capable of the AI will capable of answering successful requests. Example, calling the current client and also commenting the areas with possible a lot of possible client, sending the capability of getting orders from the client, getting summarizing the client orders because sometimes when the client actually want the order go for example, which house they are in can be quite helpful. Simply getting to point and kind of house is highest. Signifiers, they actually has a clear icon and text to indicate the helmet countries to the user. Helmet have a clear text to speech and the interface to the user. And AR dynamic direction on the helmet screen. And also a button with a sign that can increase or decrease volume and a button to answer and or anything. The feedback, there's the feedback cycle and also the feedback. This one is feedback when the ring sound, which will sound when someone calls, and also the user when the project passenger the client send a message, the AI will automatically summarize and read it out for the user. And if the passenger asks for something, the AI will automatically summarize it by point. Third one is the AI will repeat the driver request with respect of what the driver is asking, for example. When the driver is please direct navigate me to this location. And then the AI will say setting the destination to and also when the user is asked the direction it will respond to that. This is what one is the IMK if the user wants to use an alternative route where they contacts the comparable traffic and also may tell the user whenever there's a potential raining that may happen. Sound when the helmet picking up the user. Did I play it?
No.
In the cycle, there's the.
By the way, feedbacks in English is uncountable, so it's not even to use as feedback. It's uncountable.
Should I read the second cycle?
Yeah, please.
So the goal is that as the online object, they want to optimize time to pick up the passenger and also optimizing the time navigating to the destination. And also might have some conversation with the customers, chat or phone calls. And they will want to see the phone part. Right? It's going to be quite useful and also and also potentially in our country. And additionally, we might want to know about the weather during the trip so that they can pick up the rent to use my phone. And if they would want a device that can check the school. So it's the plan. So what are the alternative could be the bedding a smart helmet with augmented reality, which is this product, which allows real-time direction display tracking in the rider's vision. And also another option could be leveraging voice to the wearables access the application hands-free.
Hmm.
And also, should we might be exploring the GPS technique or customizing the routing algorithm that could offer a solution to streamline application.
By the way, instead of using I for the subject, please use the user. So it's more neutral. So if I is kind of really from the design.
Okay, so what can the user do? Can you specify? So writing, they can use the voice to interact with the device to minimize distraction. Additionally, they can use their hand, but may not be able to use it because it's unsafe and also uncomfortable. And the vision should only be focused on the side of anything. So how the user will do it? They will utilize the voice regularly attend assisted as needed when they require application support, they will use instead it comes travel to X and the helmet will automatically set this X.
Okay. You may skip.
Yeah, let's go to the other information. So we're actually we are using a voice control navigation. So basically changing destination using voice and the communication using gesture. So also it's a gesture recognition. Visible interface is using voice interaction allowing for actual interaction with the helmet. Also context free. It can implement an automatic activation when the user works. So displaying dynamic information display based on the real-time context and also user preferences. So intelligent alerts, providing intelligent alerts notification through separate views such as audio feedback. So this is how it goes. There are two methods that the user may use when we get into the blind location so goes. This one is using voice and also second one is using phone.
Mhm.
So this is
What do you mean by using phone? Using voice?
using the app. So like use the phone.
Using the app on the phone. The GUI, the graphical user interface.
When the calls reject answering call rejecting phone. They can use button, they can
buttons,
use voice,
gestures.
gesture, based on the app.
Okay. Great.
Okay, this one including the level. You would want to use voice so that because it's the most convenient because it's way to use. Constraint. User may not use the AI other than the context of the application. And also may not use it buying the function about the details.
This is not the constraints, the constraint in terms of the interaction. It's more like functions. So it's in the software specification.
So that's different.
Different. Limiting the maximum volume. Yes, I think it's still number 2 is okay. Number 3 is good. So nodding just once may not trigger the action, but nodding twice would be so that's constraint, yes. Okay, what else? Visibility consistency, I think it's okay, you can skip that. Consistency. Yes, I think so. Okay, your turn, make out. Which one? I don't know. Where's your part? You know?
Well, I think, wait,
Maybe you can focus on the evaluation, maybe the interview session.
yeah, well, yeah, we had our own interview sessions. So like each of
Just
us,
qualitative.
yeah,
Each
each
of us
one of
have
us, we basically have like ask questions about the product itself. And
Yeah.
like, trying to
No
like
problem.
see like the meat, well, for me at least,
Okay.
it's like to see whether or not like the icons in the HUG is like okay, understandable. It
Understand.
can be, and then like, well, I think the one that I asked is like it's pretty understandable. Some are misunderstood. Like for
Mhm.
example, there's this.
Can you focus on those misunderstandings and tell us more about? So that's gonna, I believe, just like the same with the previous team, that misunderstanding will lead you to some innovation. So some, okay, this is an idea for improvement. Can you tell me one or two examples?
See, the first one is like the interviewee that I had. Well, before I did not give him like instructions, like, okay, yeah, this is the thing. What can you do with it? And then like, okay, and like, okay, answer the call. How do you answer the call? He answered like, oh yeah, swipe button. So like it's because well I didn't tell him, but like after I tell him like, oh yeah, you can use your voice. Just like probably yeah, that's the reason why I have here. He doesn't know how to answer the phone.
But
But
does that swipe, is that swipe included already in one of your methods? I think
no,
it's yes.
because that's the helmet. Like how do you swipe the helmet?
Oh, so it's not like the swipe in the front of the helmet. So like
no,
in air swipe.
no.
So
that's
they he expect that he can.
you can swipe it, but no, you can't.
Uh,
So, and I think the interviewee misunderstands like the representation of the AI talking, like the waves thing. It's like voices that's coming from the outside instead of the helmet itself.
so okay, learning from that feedback, I think we can just learn from the. I mean, say that it's also part of the design system. So when we talk about the representation of AI visuals, so and also when the users what the icons or what the visualization is suitable for the user while they are speaking, while they are waiting for the answer, while the AI is responding. I think all of them are already kind of very mature. You can find some of the examples from other companies that already apply that. So instead of figuring out or and reinventing the wheel, okay, do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the only misunderstanding.
All right.
Um,
Okay.
it's possible.
Okay. Can I click that MP4 on the?
It's very long though.
But it's available there, right?
Yes,
It's okay.
there. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. Keep it there.
Oh my
No, 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 no. I mean, that's a good idea. I'll check it.
Like it later.
Okay. Well, okay. I think that's enough. Thank you very much. Please give a round of applause for Navi. And this is the end of our meeting today, guys. We will see you next week, optionally, for the remedial session. Good afternoon, Assalamualaikum.